Hello everyone, this is Ryan here with another deck review for Hocus Pocus. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my personal favorite decks, Boardwalk Papers, designed by Drew Melton and Randy Butterfield and distributed in 2014 by the Blue Crown. Drew is a graphics designer based out of Los Angeles and is known for his typography, which is evident in this deck. Randy Butterfield has worked on several other playing cards, including the Ornate series, Lux, and the Imperial deck. Both designers had a contribution to this beautiful design, which is based off the 1920s Atlantic City Boardwalk, as well as small theme parks from the days past. The theme is evident in the Ferris wheel design, as well as the Art Deco fans that are incorporated into the box, as well as the card backs. So let's start off with a closer look at the tuck case. The front of the box features embossed, period-style lettering reading, "The Fantastic Boardwalk Papers Playing Cards." The type is stamped in white foil and takes up the majority of the box space. The rest of the artwork is made up of a gold frame and lined scroll work focused around the center. The contrast between the white wording and gold accents over the mostly brown box makes the letters stand out and easy to read. One side of the box has the Blue Crown, raised and gold foiled, with playing and cards on either side in white. The other side reads Admit 1 in the center and Premium and Finish flanking the sides. The bottom of the box includes some of the printer's information and location. The top of the box has Admit 1 centered by 2 bits of detail inside a nice gold frame with reworked corners. The lid is kept shut by a circus tent inspired deck seal. The interior is printed with the same stripe theme and a slightly different color tone. The back of the box matches the card backs in design, however it contains gold and white foil not present on the cards. Again, the back of the box is treated with extremely detailed embossing and adds texture and makes the artwork pop. I will go over the design elements when describing the card back. Overall, this tuck box is both beautiful and durable. The thick stock helps protect the cards, while the embossing, color, and layout are all eye-catching and detailed enough to hold your attention while admiring the detailed artwork. The card back design is very similar to the classic look, most recognizable in the bicycle rider backs. You can see the similarities in the borders, the scroll work along the edges, and the dual center circular images mirrored top and bottom. The cards are trimmed in a traditional white border, followed by a detailed scrolled border with 4 fan designs in the corners. A mirrored Ferris wheel makes up the center image, and Boardwalk and Admit 1 are present in print as well. The colors used are white, pale gold, and brown. The color balance tips the scales to the light side, but the deep burnt brown provides enough weight to anchor the image and make the design easy to read. There's a very subtle difference in the top and bottom of the cards, making for a hard-to-detect one-way design. I'll leave that for you to find it out. The 54 playing cards feature standard pips, layout, and courts with custom ace of spades, custom jokers, and custom coloring on the courts. The jokers are both identical in color, design, and size. The word joker in a font that matches the tuck box sides fills out the center of the card. The and boardwalk sit above and below, with the space in between occupied by more scroll work, tying into the card backs and box art. The ace of spades stands out from the other aces with a larger pip design and Admit 1 above the spade and boardwalk resting below. 4 bits of scrolling carry the theme of the deck into the ace. The other 3 aces are standard in pip size and do not feature any embellishing. The court cards are your basic Expert Playing Card Company standard courts and are the same as the USPCC courts you may be used to. The colors used are the only custom element to the courts. A dark brown, rich red, and dulled gold make up the color scheme, along with black for the spades and clubs and the white cardstock in the empty spaces. The weaponries, icons, and facial features are all recognizable and consistent with most traditional decks. The number cards round out the remainder of the deck and are standard in layout, size, and color. The font and corner indices are what you'd expect from a standard playable deck. There are not any ad cards or extras included. I've heard that the production process used only allows for 54 cards per sheet and would require an extra sheet of printing along with extra plate and processing work involved. If you're unfamiliar with Expert Playing Card Company decks, there are a few things you should consider when comparing them to USPCC decks. Typically, the stock used is heavier or stiffer. They weigh in at 1.85 grams per card and measure out to only 0.28 millimeters thick. They require some getting used to. Some people say that they need no break-in period, while others say they improve in handling over time. The decks are printed with an extra focus on precision registry and consistent borders. Typically, the cut on these decks are extremely clean and provide a glass-like edge that is both visible and present in feel. The edges are very durable and less likely to split or feather. The finishes used result in a glass-like smooth finish that still contains the air pockets needed for a quality slip feel. Your personal preference will dictate if EPCC decks are right for you. The deck's theme, colors, and standard features allow this to fit into most categories. The serious game player will recognize the card faces, and the card backs are close enough to traditional designs. The collector can appreciate the extra detail in the box art if left sealed, as well as the card art and colors if opened. The theme blends well with classic and custom-looking decks and won't be out of place in any collection. Cardists who appreciate expert playing cards or legends will like the feel and handling of this deck. They tend to glide or slip a bit easier and may take some getting used to when handling in large packets and flourishes. Magicians can easily add this deck to their routines and call back the nostalgia of theme park days in Atlantic City. The traditional design and quartz will not draw away from any magical experience or credibility. So like I said earlier, this deck is a personal favorite and a go-to for both practice and play. The extra fine detail, exquisite box art, colors chosen, and unique handling characteristics make this deck a must-have. The durability, smooth finish, and precision cut allow for easy faro shuffling, consistent fans, smooth spreads, and impressive packet work. The blue crown, along with the design team, really nailed this deck and make it feel like a classic revised from the good old days. So if you're considering adding to your collection, I'd highly recommend this deck. Click your way over to hocus-pocus.com and add a few of these to your cart. So thanks for watching, and check out my other reviews as well as Zeon's trick reviews.